What is going on, my fellow featherless bipeds? I hope we're all having a luscious Tuesday. I was absent yesterday. I was kind of sick over the whole weekend, and I was trying to still work on the condo while I was sick. So that's not going. I don't think that helped the healing process. But, like, I'm probably fine. I'm assuming you're in the new place? No, I don't even have the flooring laid there yet. It's been a lot after work. So it's rough because I barely get any time to work on it, lest I take all of my vacation time to work on it, because the lighting is not finished being set up there. We've got the lights ordered and on the way now, but until I get them installed, I kind of can only work in natural lighting, so I only really get like an hour or two. So it's been very obnoxious for me to work on it. I don't want to be annoying or anything, but is Silksong soon? Yeah, I'll probably do some Silksong on Thursday, because I do want to get to Act 3. I'm very curious. I still have seen nothing on it, which is a miracle, but I also think it's because I don't really interface with Silksong content. He's never heard of a flashlight? Well, okay, like, sure, but then I've got to... What I'm going to do is I'm going to borrow one of my dad's work lights, because, like, he works as a contractor, so he has the actual nice lights that can light up a room, so I'm going to be borrowing that so I can get more done after work. Painting is currently what I'm doing. I'm trying to finish all the painting before I lay any of the flooring. But honestly, once the painting's done, we get the flooring in, the lights are going to be a one-day thing. It's about ready, I think. I did a super secret thing in the slab that you missed. In the slab that I missed? What kind of slab? I forgot I had an altar to myself here. What slab did I miss? Wait, in what? In Silksong? Because I've probably missed a lot in Silksong, honestly. So, have I played any offline? Yeah, I think I've done like 2 runs offline total. The main thing that I ended up getting was we can now carry more tomes and weapon slots. 1 of each. Yeah, in Silksong. Yeah, honestly, oh yeah, I also got this. But it was just because, like, I went to go do a challenge. If you're wondering what challenge I completed offline, I did Speedrunner Plus, because it's, like, really easy when you deal poison damage. In fact, we'll just go do normal Speedrunner. I kind of thought that doing Speedrunner Plus would complete normal Speedrunner, but, you know, far be it from me to... I mean, you know what they say about assumptions and what they make. But yeah, dude, I saw the levels that people get to in this game. Do you see people think the dev of this game is Danny? Oh shit, I used to watch him for game dev stuff. He was one of the reasons I wanted to be a game dev. And then when he kind of quit YouTube because it was like miserable to do that while game dev, it made me realize something. Maybe I don't want to be a game dev. Maybe I actually enjoy going outside a little bit, like having a life that's aside from staring at code all day. Which is why now I just work on websites, which is similar, but it's different. I still look at code all day, but a lot of it is also going, what the fuck? Why is the color wrong? The main developer's name is Danny Dev backwards. Okay, yeah, that would add up. Well, plus also, if you look at this game's art style, it does fit, because he made Crab Game, he made... What was that one survival game people played? Muck? I think is what it was called. I don't know, man. I think it was Muck, because it was come backwards, much like the Pokemon. I believe. I don't know if opening a free chest counts towards your chest total. It might. But dude, when I see the leaderboards on the homepage, it's absurd to me that people are out here getting 1.2 million kills in it, because honestly, by the time I get to 10K, I'm like, all right, I'm ready for the next run. At that point, I go, okay, it's kind of run its course and then some. So I think we're good to move on here. I'm going to just keep upgrading the size here. The idea, by the way, is it doesn't matter how ass the build is, because I deal poison damage. And poison damage is like percentage based, I'm pretty sure. Which just means that once I find the boss, I can kind of kill him whenever. So why aren't we just finding the boss right now? Well, because I wanted more projectile count. Because then we can throw more of them before we have our little reload period. Hopefully. But yeah, what did your character do? Literally just poison. And I'm only picking this character. I don't think they're the most interesting. Their special character passive, aside from poison, is that they poison people. So they really knew what they wanted this character to do. They had a motif and they leaned into it hard. The only reason I'm picking this one is because we're doing a challenge to beat the boss within less time than normal. And poison just does so good. The bone guy, in my opinion, looks the most unique. Which one? The skeleton bone? Because I like him a lot. He's very fun to play. I also think he's very strong. But it's because, look, when you do something unique, you either make it broken or you make it unrunnable. And it sucks when something unique is unrunnable. So I think the better option, especially because it's a single player game. I get so mad at people who are like, it's too meta for a single player game. Don't use it. What are you, a little fucking free? If something's put in front of you, you're gonna do it. Oh, dude, heroin's too meta for drawing because you're just gonna start getting more visions in front of you. So what am I supposed to do? Not take heroin? Like, yeah, of course. That's the answer. Shrooms make people see things that aren't really there. That doesn't mean that if you want to be an artist, you gotta OD on shrooms. Just because you're playing a single player game doesn't mean you have to use the strongest class. Pick whoever you want. I'm playing Amon in Borderlands 4 in my free time. When's the last time I played that? Yeah, you notice how I said in my free time? Probably about a week and a half ago. It has been a schminute since I've been able to play any. But I don't think Amon's good. I just wanted to be the large man who throws axes at people. Because, like, that's a sick character motif. There's a reason people like Kratos. Because large man fight with axe is cool. Alright, so there's that. See, your damage isn't bad when you have poison. That was a little bit worse than I would have liked it to be, but now that we have moldy cheese, I think we're really onto something. I do think the fact that there's no milk in the game is probably what drove people away from thinking that it was Danny, the dev, that made it. But you know, dude, also, one of my TikToks actually went a little bit crazy. I was pretty happy with that. TikTok is such a funny platform also. It was one of the times I was talking about r/big dick problems and all that kind of stuff. How many views did it get? Oh, fuck. I don't remember the total. I know it was like 7K currently. It was 7K right before I went live, which for my TikTok standards is very good. I know it's not like by huge TikTok standards insane, but I think there's this whole expression about comparison and like what it might be in terms of joy. I believe it was the theft of it, if I had to recall. So, all right, we're running out of time. I gotta stop just playing around here, just twiddling my dick for a bit. We've got to go get to wherever the boss actually is. Because if we don't spawn him soon, poison still takes time to kill. Just because it's strong doesn't mean it's free. Take that one to your local bartender. Just because it's strong doesn't mean it's free. All right, drop over there. So it's looking like we're probably just fucked because I haven't found the boss. Now, why am I standing here and doing that? Yeah, you know, you wouldn't understand. Because I don't understand either. It's probably not a great idea, but look, I'm too greedy for upgrades. As many flask upgrades as possible. Don't see the portal there. Just keep moving. Slide down. We got to make good use of momentum, I think. I'm actually like leaning forward and locking in. This is my skate 4, okay? Slight physics in a game like this. There's another game I've been seeing a bunch of people play now. It's Clover Pit. Clover Pit is... And maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe it'll be really fun to play, right? Because, like, Balatro isn't much of a looker, but then when you play it, it's like, holy shit, this is the best game I've ever played. To me, Clover Pit just kind of doesn't look like it's got that sauce to it. I don't know, which sucks because I love slot machines, but just something about it. And again, maybe I'd be proven wrong, but I just haven't felt like buying it. Isn't the Clover Pit the game you played on stream when it was in demo? No, I don't think I played it on stream. I don't think I've ever played Clover Pit. I don't remember it. Or am I thinking of someone else? I know Northern Lion played it. I know he was the main one who's been playing it recently that has then called, because, you know, whenever he plays a game, there's a bunch of people who are like, oh, hell yeah, this is my time. So, but I don't know, man. It just doesn't appeal to me. By the way, we failed this challenge because it took me until 10 seconds remain to find the boss fight. I've got about 7 seconds to win. Well, I guess that's not implicitly true. Because maybe, okay, never mind. My maybe, by the way, was going to be maybe it'll put me into endless mode so that we can finish killing the boss there. It did not. We're just going to click the restart button and go again. Because, again, with poison damage, you should be fine. Now I know I should have prioritized just finding that first. How did I beat the harder version of this first? I don't know, man. Whenever he plays a game, thousands of 30-year-old men flock to it. Yeah, but then also, so do a bunch of streamers who are like praying that somebody will click on their content now because there's like a larger audience for it. Like, I remember one time he was playing this one game and I was like, dude, I've never heard of this. I wonder who else is playing it. So I clicked on the category and it was like 6 guys who all had 1 viewer each that were like, NL fans, come here. And I'm like, this is pathetic. Like, game is game, but I don't think that this is game, regrettably. I honestly do not think that this counts. I understand we're all on that grind, but man, you are doing the homeless handout grind. It's very different. The please, dear God, bandwagon to me grind. And you could say I'm doing that with Megabonk, but there's a difference. I wanted to play Megabonk. I've just been enjoying it. It's like I get to turn off my brain and just walk around. Like 10K people are watching NL and they're sharing one of the same viewer across 4 streams. Yeah, I mean, that's the sad part, is anytime one of those people who's like, NL viewers, come here, whenever they get 1 extra viewer, you can tell all they're doing is staring at the view count. I stream with my view count hidden. Why? Because viewers don't mean anything. Love you guys, by the way. Because you're all useless pieces of shit. By which I mean, I don't think that I should try to cater what I'm saying based off the number of people who are there. I don't think that that's... What if I told you there's 1 million people watching right now? So that's kind of where, like, I tell a lie to myself when I say viewers don't matter, right? Viewers, I think, don't matter. I do think that's true. But at the same time, I think chatters matter a lot. Because I don't know if you've noticed it, but I notice it all the time. When you watch a large streamer, when they're not having something free to like grab from chat as like free banter that they can go off on, as a free topic of discussion to pivot into, they kind of start to become way more quiet. So I think that viewers don't matter nearly as much as chatters do. Obviously, they still chat, or they still matter. I'm gonna learn how to speak English, and when I do, you fuckers are done. When I learn my first language, oh, it's over for you. But no, like, obviously viewers still do matter. I'm being a little bit overtly humorous in my phrasing of the concept for the sake of comedy. They obviously matter, but what matters way more is chatters, for sure. Sick and mad, glad to know I'm a useless piece of shit. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. It's okay, my streamer, you're number 1. Wait, hold on. It's okay, my streamer, you're just a number 2. That's true. That's real. I guess I am just like a number to a lot of... No, I'm... To everybody watching me, I'm a beacon of hope in their shining dark light. Just starts crying. You don't fucking know that, man. How could you know? What do you even know? All right, we got little Mark spawned in now. Why are we going this early? I don't know. I just kind of like wanted to be done the challenge, I suppose. And I figured if we spawn him now, surely he'll die, because your poison transfers between enemies. So at some point, he has to take damage. You wanna know what would be very helpful right around now? Extra projectile count. You wanna know what else would be really helpful? Not eating shit. Dodging a singular attack would actually be very helpful. So I think I'm going to keep doing that. Duration up or size and duration up on this one. I think size and duration here matters more. Now, Chunkum the Terrible will die here, which... Hate to see someone else living my dream, but is what it is. And then we just got to keep spreading out our poison and we'll be all good. Hold. You're a funny guy to be funny while only evil exists in my body. I think only evil exists in my body too, but I think it's because I ordered Taco Bell for lunch. So I'm not too different. I think that our rationale behind how we ended up here might be a little bit different. But I don't want you to, you know, write out the idea that there's some similarities there. What did I get from Taco Bell? I'm really happy you asked. Well, first of all, so like I'm not a big kind of, look, I've talked about it before. I kind of hate beef. It's just not my aesthetic. It's not my flavor profile I go for ever. And so whenever I ordered the classic Taco Bell item, beloved by many, the grilled cheese burrito, I always sub it out for chicken for 2 reasons. 1, macros are better, in my opinion. And 2, because then I don't have to taste beef. But recently, they've been fucking it up, which is like fair enough. They're minimum wage high school students that work at Taco Bell, right? So like, I can't expect them to be perfect at their job. They're not paid like they should be perfect at it. So what I've been doing instead is they have like a black bean one that you can order. How did it happen that I ordered the black bean one and I said, actually, no black beans, sub that in for chicken? How did I possibly get one that was filled with beef? Like, how does that even happen? It was nowhere on the order. That was a freestyle choice by them. There's evil radioactive beef inside you right now. Well, that's the other reason I especially hate Taco Bell beef, because like it feels it feels way too fake. Their chicken's fine. I don't know if I'd caution to call it good, but like it's like a comfort food for me, I would say. Again, I wouldn't really call any fast food good per se, so much as it is tasty, you know? I think there's a difference between it. I wouldn't call them actively good, but I would call them enjoyable. But I get none of that from Taco Bell beef. And then, of course, that's, you know, the one and only thing that I got. So I also had Taco Bell grilled cheese burrito. Wait, for real, twins, but I had steak. I think their steak's probably better than their beef, but like, I don't know. I'd still just go for the chicken over it. So that's just me. Now, I also have good inside of me. What's the good that's inside of me? I had one of the caramel apple empanadas, and I'm pretty sure that those healed the soul. There haven't been enough studies on it yet, but I'm pretty sure that those like revive any kind of inner sadness that you could be feeling. Weapon upgrades can now have +1 stats. Okay. Sorry, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. Release toxic waste upon taking damage. I just don't care much now, do I? What do I need for this one? Get Thorn's Tome up. Do I have the Thorn's Tome even unlocked? Somewhere in here. Where's it at? Thorn's Tome. Okay. We'll play a Sir Oofy run then, where we'll go Thorns for our damage. We'll try it on this one 3. I did not have that. I'll tell you, that one's good. That one I highly recommend. The caramel apple empanada. It's probably my favorite fast food dessert. Opinion on Cane's is a red-blooded American. I'm gonna be so real. People always say that Cane's is ass without the sauce. And like, they treat it like it's some gotcha moment. But of course it's ass without the sauce. That's why their entire marketing revolves around make sure you get the Cane's sauce. The chicken is nothing special. The fries are absolutely freezer bag fries. But the sauce is something. And I'm not gonna sit here and act like the sauce is nothing. You have to factor it in when reviewing the place, I think. I don't think you can just like glance on by that. I had the little chips and cheese. I'll give you like that's a very underrated Taco Bell item, because I know it's like a classic item from almost any Mexican place, right? And like, yeah, Taco Bell doesn't have freshly made chips or anything like that to go with it, but like, I do think it's, for its price, it's a little underrated. I think that I would go luck here. I don't want my chicken drippy though. So, okay. Would I say Cane's chicken on its own without any sauce is bad? I would not say it's bad. I would say it is very dull and easily uninspired. But I don't know if I'd say bad per se. Which I think is slightly different enough that I'll give it a pass. God. Fighting with the sword can be so rough. I think I do like getting damage a lot. Woo. Just because I need guaranteed damage. Otherwise, I think Sir Oofy falls off so hard. Now, we really need Thorns in our last one here. A bit of sauce for flavor is all right, but I see people dunking that soggy-looking chicken in it. Yeah, so, okay. Realistically, I don't think Cane's chicken is bad. However, if you own an air fryer, and I know, air fryer owner. Guys, the second I got my air fryer, it really changed my whole life. Shut up! if you do own an air fryer, I do think you can make almost exactly the same chicken as Raising Cane's by taking any, well, or dare I say better, by taking any frozen chicken brand that you enjoy and throwing it in the air fryer. I think that you're gonna have a very, very similar experience. Insanely similar. As an air fryer owner, I can confirm it changed my life. Look, it does change lives. It's just that people who don't have air fryers are tired of hearing that it does change lives. Which, like, I understand, but there's an easier way to not hear that anymore, which is to buy an air fryer. In fact, the first air fryer I had was, it was this little red piece of shit. Like, I would turn it and it would make the worst noise of all time when it turned on. But man, it still worked somewhat. It did stop working after about a year. But in fairness, I got it for free. Well, I guess my parents got it for free. It was some casino extra prize they got for showing up one day. Which is how you know that it was definitely a bargain bin $20 air fryer as a way of being like, hey, thanks for supporting our casino with thousands of dollars. Here, in order to show how much we care about you, take a $5 air fryer on us. I'm gonna banish the max HP tome. Just don't care. Just not me. I thought about it and it ain't me. You know, I ain't no fortunate son. I'm just gonna get blasted away. Just gonna get blasted on my insides there, if you don't mind. Good shit on the movement. I want to get the double barrel air fryer with 2 baskets. It is a different level of gluttony and greed to have that. With that said, I completely agree with you. Every time, I used to have one when I lived with my dad because he bought it, right? So I guess I didn't used to have it. My dad had one when I lived there. But still, in theory, I had it. In theory. And man, that's probably the #1 thing I miss from living there. Everything else, though, is so much better on your own, except for bills. Obviously, except for bills. Those are sick when you don't have to pay. Now that I have to pay, that part kind of sucks. Where's he at? Oh, fuck. I can't even hit him up there. Okay. Well, then we'll just be on our way. We've got enough money to open up a chest, so let's just drop down here, yoink this one. I think I'm down for that one. I think I'm down for a little schbeer. It does make us slightly less tanky, but the damage increase should be so worth it. Poison every now and then, dude, it's so easy to forget we have it because it does about 3 poison damage when it finally procs, and it takes a while to proc. I'm gonna refresh once here because we're really looking for thorns. I'm gonna take Flame Walker because we are always gonna be near enemies. It's kind of the point of the build. Well, you know, maybe we just won't be near enemies, and through no fault of my own, just by nature of being dead. It does kind of stop that one. Hold on, I see you sent a message about Dino Nuggies. I'm gonna assume this isn't gonna be like some kind of slander, like they're only for children. But I'll have to check that in a second. Let me just run over here. I mean, realistically, when was the last time I actually had dinosaur chicken nuggets? It's probably been a while, but that's only because the Walmart brand ones near me are so much cheaper. So I'm just gonna buy those instead. I'm not gonna overpay for nuggets. Bro, listen, sometimes you need to air fry different food items. I also feel like a Cyberpunk character putting in my Dino Nuggies and Smiley fries. Yeah, but like, then you pull out the sauces and all of a sudden it's so different. I don't know if anybody else had this happen. And if you did not, act like it's a normal experience and not like I was the pickiest eater of all time. When I was a kid, I hated sauce, man. Like, you could not pay me to enjoy something that had sauce on it. I was eating my McDonald's nuggets. I was raw dogging them for the first roughly 20 years I existed on this planet. You hated sauce? Well, yeah, I mean, honestly, the reason I hated sauce is because, and I still think this is a little bit true, right? Sauce looks gross. By which I mean, when you see somebody else eating something where they just absolutely dunk up to the knuckle in sauce, that shit looks disgusting. Now, does it taste good? Yeah, but it still looks disgusting. Your mouth was so goddamn dry. Yeah, like the Sahara. But you know what? I think it kind of like forged me into a stronger man because of it. Had I sauced up those nuggets, I'd be very different. You also live in the US where sauces are bright blue. Yeah, you act like they do that by choice and not because of the radioactive compounds in it. Also, it's called flavor. How am I supposed to enjoy this? There's no raw sewage aftertaste. Disgusting, despicable. Wait a minute, it tastes like my stomach could actually stand this. What the? I don't dip my nuggets usually, they're fine on their own. I think that depends on where you go. I think if you go to Raising Cane's and you don't dip, that's crazy. That one I don't think could be me. I wish that it could. Like, another, I mean, this is, you don't really dip, you just need your beverage for it. If you raw dog Popeyes biscuits, that's something else. That's a very different kind of beast than me, for sure. Wait a minute, it tastes like my body can break this down properly? Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? There's organic compounds in my food. Waiter, more plastics, please. Excuse me, my chicken was tasting a little bit too much like chicken and not enough like... by the way, I picked the worst upgrade there. I picked knockback because I just wanted to upgrade my sword, not realizing that it did not upgrade my sword at all. Just added a level onto it for no reason. We're going to take oats because I don't really have much of a choice, and like, it's not bad. Woo! Okay. But yeah, no, it's just... Look. It was rough for me to come around on sauces just because of how the aesthetic of them appeared. You know? And I think to this day, I don't think I've met a sauce I don't like though, which is the strange part of how I could have gone so long without ever really having any. Because now they're like my number one. Every time a new sauce comes out at a place, I'm like, I gotta go try this immediately. For a good portion of my life, I didn't drink water at all. So I just raw dog meals if I didn't have a soda or a cup of Gio. Yeah, I think I did the same for a good portion of my life. I mean, let me think. I'm 24 right now. I would wager roughly the past 24 years I haven't been drinking enough water. I've been drinking too much soda. If I had to give a rough estimate, I would say roughly that long. Yeah, no, okay, I do drink way more water now. I've been drinking way more water in the past couple years than I have for the rest of my life. And it's crazy, I do feel healthier. It's almost, and I know there's gonna be a hot take, you know, I'm no doctor, I'm no nutritionist, so don't trust me 100% on what I say. I'm starting to think that your body does subside a little bit off of water. Like, I don't want to, I'll throw out a rough percentage. I think like 80% of me really appreciates that I'm drinking more water. The other 20%, I mean, it still yearns for aspartame. It doesn't know how to digest it without that aspartame in there, so. Think that like, this build is good. I mean, we don't deal much damage, which is a realistic complaint to have. I don't think I need to, because our Thorns damage is really what's carrying us. We're kind of playing Urgot from League of Legends. The aspartame slander needs to stop. Oh, trust me. So, like, okay, here's my truth, right? Here's my honest truth. If somebody actually has a problem with aspartame, well, hold on. Let me put in a couple of disclaimers so you can't cancel me. There is a difference. Some people do genuinely get headaches from aspartame. Now, that does not mean it is bad for you in terms of a chemical level, but some people's bodies definitely do have a little bit of an intolerance to aspartame where they will get headaches from aspartame. That is a real thing that has been observed in people before. That is undoubtedly true. If that happens for you, I can understand why you wouldn't like diet sodas. Now, with my disclaimer out of the way, so nobody can actually, well, finger pointing up, glasses pointing in. There is zero proof that the aspartame specifically located within diet sodas is going to have a negative, long-lasting effect on your body. Any study that has found that is also always dubiously backed, which is to say, yes, their data did suggest there may be a correlation, but there's zero proof that that correlation is due to aspartame, right? Like, for example, if I was to take 30 people who have family issues of cardiac arrest, right? Like it really runs genetically in them. And I was testing something on them, and I started seeing higher results of cardiac arrest coming back. It would be a misnomer to say, hey, this is because of the thing I was testing, because there's also the fact that people's bodies react to things differently. Anyways, that is all to say, I'm not a nutritionist, but neither are a lot of the people on TikTok who claim to be. So, more what I'm saying is, you also only live once, so just like fucking let it ride, man. You only live once. Don't limit yourself from drinking a diet soda or two, man. Just fucking enjoy the ride. In 150 years from now, you and I are both gonna be in the fucking dirt. So, at least try to enjoy it before it's gone. I am yet to find the boss fight still, by the way. I've been looking for so long. Now, if we can get enough HP regen, we might just be chilling. Might. I think I need to go for higher duration, higher size. I think I need to go for higher projectile count on my sword. God, what I wouldn't give to be able to find the one and only locale that I need to. I mean, this is going to be a sad loss for sure. Especially because we do need to get specifically our Thorns Tome upgraded more. Ah, shit. There's the boss, but it's way too late. It made me so sad because they had diet only for the Oreo flavored Coke because I love the taste, but I hate the head hurting. Yeah, no, some people definitely do get headaches from aspartame, but to call it like a medical condition, I don't think is necessarily right. It's a medical condition in the same way that a lot of, you know, you eat Taco Bell, oh, my tummy hurty. Okay, that's a medical condition. Okay. The correlation linked to aspartame and dementia are bogus because diabetics are more likely to develop dementia. Yeah. I've seen that one a lot. That's what I'm saying. It's the predisposition to something that they then use to push an agenda / narrative that X thing is bad for you. Which, if you're not really paying attention, it's very easy to fall for. I would never call anyone dumb for falling for it. I'd call them stupid. I'd call them an idiot. What do we have here? Upon taking any damage or touching an enemy, instantly die. The fuck does Monkey do? He's awesome. Look at him. I really don't have much else to say, but I love Monkey because he's a goated guy. And he's wearing the sunglasses. But we are going to do Clank this time because I want to do Fragile. And I think if anybody could do Fragile, it's Clank. Because he plays on the opposite side of the map anyways. So if anyone should not get hit, I'd hope it's Clank. Now, I wonder if Shield will work to block damage. I do think that Fragile is probably going to be one that takes me a lot of attempts. I don't like to call it a medical condition. I call it a me problem. Well, yeah. I'm just saying that it's normally a lot of people will point to it and say, see, it is a medical condition. How much did this game cost? Like $8. It was not that expensive. I did see, speaking of, because the heinous slur of Clanker was just put in my Twitch chat, which, by the way, I'm pretty sure goes against Twitch's terms of service. No slurs allowed. The hard R and everything is a little bit wild to me personally, but I can't control your life. No, but I saw a post from some AI artist, bro, right? And the post said they act like the things we create aren't art. And then they call us horrible words like clanker. And I'm like, look, I know that this probably does hurt your feelings a lot, random guy. However, you gotta understand this has like the same energy of the wolf posed up against the back of the tree and going, why doesn't Kitten understand I'm alpha? Like, you're not doing yourself or the community you're attempting to represent any favors. And now, it could have been satirical. However, one thing that I've really noticed with AI, crypto, NFT bros, all of them, is the one thing that they cannot do for the life of them is anything ironically. They are as subtle as the AI they employ, which is to say not at all. Oh, just 8 might pick it up. It looks like fun. Would you recommend it? I definitely would. I think this game's awesome. I think for what it is, it's probably my favorite Vampire Survivor style game now, which is high praise because I didn't think anything would ever beat Brotato for me. And that's how, by the way, you know that I know ball. Because most people's favorite Vampire Survivors like game is just Vampire Survivors. And I don't blame them, right? But Vampire Survivors to me got a little bit repetitively brain dead after a couple runs, you know what I mean? Like once you add all the upgrades and everything, it got repetitively brain dead. This actually adding in the movement system and everything is really nice. I love the movement in this game actually takes skill. Yeah. No, I would do... Now, I did see one of the most heinous not recommended for this game I've ever seen, which was somebody who said, it's just Risk of Rain 2 meets Vampire Survivors with a pixel filter on it. Not recommended. But, like, what part of that led to you saying, I don't recommend this? You list one of the most highly successful roguelikes of all time, followed by listing one of the most highly successful roguelikes of all time that inspired its own genre to follow suit with it. And you're just saying it's those two meeting together. That's good. That's kind of like how game design works also. Everything's derived from something else. There's no truly unique, like if we trace everything back, you can just start complaining that everything kind of ripped off from Pong. It would be an insane claim, but you can do it and you wouldn't be wrong because that's where the ideas for so many of them came from, for sure. Crit damage here. Hopefully we can just like one-shot this guy. Woo. All right, we're chilling. Had to make sure I got rid of him because he's ranged. Remember that rag game you played? I mean, I liked that one. I think it needed a little bit more time to cook. That was my only issue with it. Is after I played it, I was like, if there was a slightly larger zone, I would have really, or if I could aim my shots better. And I know that not aiming your shots was part of their design philosophy, and I'm not saying that like it's bad if that was the vision the developers had for it. I'm just saying for me as a player, I didn't love that I couldn't aim my shots because it felt like I was taking a lot of my agency out of playing it. It just kind of became a game to rush if I could set in auto, don't move setup fast enough. And for the most part, I could not. Philosophize these nuts. Damn. Hell yeah. Dude, this is a just complaint I have about gamers in general. You want to know my least favorite kind of gamer? The quality of life gamer. They are my least favorite person of all time. Don't get me wrong. There are legitimate quality of life changes that some games do need to make them feel better. But the kinds of people who constantly spout about, oh, you should add this for quality of life, they will add stuff that completely undermines the entire point of the game and then turn around and go, dude, it's literally just some basic quality of life. Guy who hates when life has quality? No, I'm specifically talking about people who like install mods and then call them quality of life mods. That shit happens all the time in any game with a large modding community. Minecraft players, oh, it's just a basic quality of life mod. Oh, what's it let you do? It just kind of gives you infinite of every resource so that you can build whatever you want. Hey, that's not quality of life. That's called creative mode, and it's in the game. Oh, it's a basic quality of life mod. It just lets you teleport all animals directly back to your base, so you don't even have to worry about trying to lead them there with a leash. Oh, well, that kind of just defeats like a lot of the purpose of you have to go out and adventure for the animal. Well, you know, it's just like basic quality of life. I don't know what it is. I guess it's just people can't be trusted to make their own decisions, which is why you should trust me to make decisions for you. I'm going to be running for president. I saw the current administration and thought I could probably do that. I think I'm built for it. If this is all it takes, I can easily do this. Just any time that something's going bad, all you have to do is point to it and say it's not and lie. I'm so good at that. Also, I think I'm also a great businessman. So, you know, pretty similar. All I'm hearing is Isaac players. There are some Isaac mods that I agree are quality of life that's very helpful. A great example of it is the one mod that is now being added into base game, the external item descriptions. That's proof that that mod was actually really good quality of life. And I do think that that one was good quality of life also, because there's a lot of fucking items in Isaac. And I do think it's unrealistic to expect a new player to have any clue what most of them do. Now, what Isaac ones do I not like? Why do so many Isaac players insist that having a debug menu built into your game where you can spawn in whatever you want is quality of life? Like, it's not, but you can just... Look, obviously you're allowed to install whatever you want. It's your video game that you paid for. Enjoy it however you wish, right? But don't act like it's just some, oh, I just do it to make the game slightly more bearable. No, you do it because you don't want to play the game. I don't think I want to do after evading because I'm really trying not to evade right now. I'm trying to just stay a safe distance. Be in my own element, you know? See what we got going on over here. We do have another, whoa, that could have been bad. Okay, jump so we don't take fall damage upon landing. Would have been a very embarrassing way to go out. All right, get on out of here. Thorns, don't care. Elite spawn, don't care. Silvergate it is. Am I huge on the option? No, but it was the only one that did anything. Crit chance, I think I'm fine getting more of just so we can guaranteed crit. Having birthright off rip is how the game's meant to be played. It's just quality of life. Yeah. Or they'll cheat to, this one happens very constantly in Isaac as well. They'll cheat to get unlocks with characters they don't like Jacob and Asau or Tainted Lost, and be like, dude, it's just because I want the items. Don't you need the Thorn item for that one character? Yeah, but the challenge we're doing right now is we can't get hit. If we get hit a singular time by any enemy, we will instantly die. So for right now, I'm just kind of playing a little bit safe. And Thorns shooting back damage when I get hit does seem like it might be a little bit too risky for what I'm trying to do. Now, luckily, this character is so broken. I get it for Tainted Cain. He literally sucks without the craft menu. Tainted Cain, yeah, I would understand wanting to skip through that one. But, like, here's the thing, right? It's because Tainted Cain was made way worse by the devs because they were tired of him being the best. Which I get why they wanted to change it so that the crafting items are randomized based off of seeds. But the issue is, it doesn't make the character more fun. It just makes him, like, more annoying to play. Which I don't think is great for your game. To just go, yeah, he's annoying. Okay, chunk him the terribles here. Get rid of this guy first. Yep, say we got rid of him pretty quick. Plus one projectile count for all weapons is definitely not bad. Come on, man. Woohoo! That could have been bad. There we go. That's some good poison. Okay. Just keep dodging. There it is. Fragile challenge completed. Honestly, not as bad as I thought it would be. Kill the first boss without taking any damage on a run? Yeah, that'll probably do it. I imagine that would be very much help out. Dude, I was looking at getting set up to stream on TikTok, which you might say sounds like an atrocious idea. Yeah, probably. But at the same time, I did just get approved to stream on there, which was crazy to me because they said you need 1,000 followers to be able to stream on there. I'm cresting 300 currently. However, the main reason that I want to stream is because there is something... Stream on TikTok specifically. There's something really funny to me about the idea of having 3 separate chats up on my screen and getting no messages in any of them. It kind of feels like the desperate bisexual angle, you know what I mean? You cast such a wide net and yet somehow you still end up single. And that's kind of the vibe that I want to give off in my stream in general. It's really what we're shooting for around here, so. Pro skills, you're so good at this. This character's broken. I think Clank is very, very broken. That's why I picked him for this one. His range is absurd, and the way he deals with situations of AoE is just too good. All right, there it is. Looking like Tony Stark just for bots to come in. Dude, wait. Hold on. Bought a hooker bot. They call me Tony Stark the way I got a robot inside me. There's something close there. I like that idea. I really like that concept. You got the holy book? Sorry, no religion on the channel. Honestly, I just can't, you know. All right, finish that one, get that one too. So you know my current hyperfixation? Turns out I had a game from a bundle that has him in it. Justice League Cosmic Chaos. Oh, the one actor. I remember. Dude, it still blows my mind that there are hyperfixation actors for people. Well, I guess it makes sense. I just never really thought about it, right? But the other reason that I think it's like really funny is all I can think of when I hear it is like guy whose hyperfixation actor is John Travolta and guy whose hyperfixation actor is Nick Cage. And they both like come to each other at the same time and are like, you're not gonna believe the movie I just found. Have you seen Face Off? You're not gonna believe it. Both of them have the best day of their life. What does Mega Chad do? He can ignore some damage. It's like a 30-second cooldown to ignore the next hit he takes. And his only source of damage is the equivalent of garlic in Vampire Survivors. Well, sorry, not his only source. His starting source of damage. Which is just an aura around you that does AoE damage. He's not bad. He's pretty fun. Only issue is he feels a little bit slow. And like, yeah, ignoring damage is fun and all, but you could also just be stronger. Also, why did we pick Fox? I don't know. So he literally has aura. Yeah, I think that was the whole joke for him, which I do like. I'm kind of nervous to see what his skins are gonna be. Because he's shirtless and 85% of his skin is just like his skin color. And so I'm saying that they're going to have some skins that are going to look a certain way. I'm just saying that if any character in this game was to have a skin that makes me go, ooh, I don't know if you can do that, it would probably be Mega Chad. I'm kind of hyper fixated on Wendy Malick. Yeah, I'm gonna be so real with you right now. And like, this might be me outing myself as Unk. I do not know who you're talking about, like, at all. I feel like a teacher when my students start yelling 6-7, you know? What are we doing here? Counting in Spanish class and I get to Cinco and they go, what comes next? Please tell me what comes next. I have to know. What even is a hyperfixation? I feel like sometimes it gets mixed up with being interested in something. I don't know. I feel like I think it's because there's so much overlap between the two. But I don't know what like the technical difference is. I feel like it's, you know how the internet in the, I will say 2016. I think 2016 was actually the tail end of it. It was more 2014. You know the 2014 internet where every single video was kind of like feminist gets owned by facts and logic, and that was like free content farm was just saying feminism labad, updoots to the right fellow Redditors. I think that, and the reason I bring that up is it ruined a certain medical word, right? Which is, the word triggered was, prior to becoming completely devoid of meaning by the internet, it was actually a term used in therapy office for stuff, right? But now, come on, you can't use it anymore because it's lost its meaning. And I think that, honestly, the issue with it was, or the issue with hyperfixation now is it's going to go the exact same way. I think that it's starting its overuse period, which is, or you could say it's already in it, which like, you're probably right. I don't know. I don't go on the internet that much. The most internet I see is like casual TikToks during lunch. Which I think makes me better than other people implicitly. Oh, your life's more on the internet? I'm sorry. I suppose that I just decimate you in all aspects of life. I suppose I'm probably a more successful human because of it. Duration, size, gold gain. Man, I guess duration. I don't know. Okay, I used to watch those in like 2014, especially the BuzzFeed feminist breakdowns. This is a safe space to say that I think more people than will admit it watched them. I watched them. I'm not gonna not admit it. The internet was a very different culture at the time. Do I now look back on it and like some of the videos were definitely just in mean spirit for no reason? Yeah, for sure. Actually, most of them were. But like, when I was 13, dude, I didn't have empathy. Are you kidding? When I was 13, there was one thing on my mind. No, there were a few things on my mind, but none of them were human empathy. I wasn't old enough to understand that I should have that yet. Actually, you know what? Well, okay, we had to banish. You couldn't unbanish by clicking. I didn't care if I'm hyperfixated, I'm at least normal fixated. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think you should feel any kind of bad for using the word, because the whole internet uses the word now. You know, it's just kind of like how it is. It's how I feel about a lot of the time when I see. Now, granted, I might not be the best person to comment on this. Actually, you know what? Upon thinking about it, I'm definitely not the best person to comment on this. I'm just gonna like put my foot in my mouth. Oh yeah, it tastes so good. All right, cool. Now we can move on, because then people will be like, "What the fuck did he just say?" And we can just focus on that. The old distraction technique gets them every time. Okay. Hold on. There's a lot going on in Google. Wendy Malick in Frasier. Dude, I did not know it would be Frasier posting in 2025. Isn't that show from like? Hold on. Wendy Malick Frasier. I mean, what's my reaction gonna be? Humana. Say it with your chest twin, even if you're wrong, be a politician. Well, it's gonna be specifically about like AAVE. I think that's what the acronym is. I don't know. Some people on autism subreddits talk about hyperfixations like they just discovered the concept of hobbies and interests. Correct. The court, by the way, acknowledges your claim and accepts it, just so you know. No, I definitely think so. Look, I think if you want to know someone who does hyperfixate, I feel like I'm pretty close, right? Because I will play the fuck out of one game for 2 weeks. I won't even finish the game, and then I will drop it like it's the worst game I've ever played. I think I'm a hyperfixated gamer at the very least. It takes a very special game for me to stick with it, which is, what would I say is a special game? You know, it's probably like just a predatory gacha game. That's probably what I would say is a special game. What's important is I'm in the pit when I go to a con to meet this normal man dressed as him, because by then I will have absorbed his gender energy. Is that how that works? You can just take it? Is it like Avatar sealing away Firelord, what was his name? Firelord Roku? Is it like that one? When Aang kind of walks up and presses the pressure point on his forehead, the universal off button for babies. I'm imagining. Oh yeah, same. I've been playing Battle Cats for 3 months straight. It's been a crazy nostalgia trip. Dude, I don't even know. Maybe it's because you exist in my Twitch chat. I've been getting on my random social feeds just Battle Cats posts popping up constantly. And I'm like, I haven't even played this game in ages. With that said, every time I'm like, it does look fun. But I've got mine currently. My current gacha game that I'm a little bit obsessed with, I would say. If you're wondering, by the way, it's Limbus Company. It's a game made by Project Moon. You know, we don't really have to get into this, but if we want to, it's a story of 13 sinners. Each of the sinners based off of a literary IP that they relate to. For example, you have Heathcliff. Heathcliff, if you're thinking to yourself, I've heard that name before. Of course you have. It's from Wuthering Heights, the absolute classic that I'm sure a lot of people had to read in many classes. I don't know. I don't know what class you'd read it in normally. I mean, I read it in English class. I don't know where anybody else would have. There's Gregor, based off of course, Gregor Samsa from the Franz Kafka novel Metamorphosis. Was it a novel or a short story? I don't really think that matters as much. But the one that most people will know, I'm going to say this one and you'll instantly think of it. There's Ishmael. You know what that one's from. Come on. You've heard of Moby Dick before. Ishmael and Captain Ahab, you know that one. Is Limbus Company connected to Lobotomy Corp? Funny you would say that. It actually is connected to both Lobotomy Corp and Library of Ruina, both of which I actually know nothing about, and I was wondering if they'd be fun stream games. Because I know it'd be a lot of reading, but look, everyone says I should do audiobooks. The deaf people clamor for my audiobooks. So... just seems like a great way to meld these two together. Also, this challenge thus far has been piss easy. Like, I haven't really been struggling. I'm trying to struggle. I want to struggle with the common man, but I'm not there. I wish that I was, but I'm just simply too good at video games. As sad as that is. Seeing gameplay of it could be something you'd like. IDK, if it's good for stream, though, could be. I think, look, every single time that I see a game where I'm like, oh, this might not be good on stream, I realize that whether or not a game is good on stream is completely dependent on my energy for the day. Because if I'm able to talk about stuff that's not even related to the game while it's just kind of happening in the background, and then comment on the game in pivotal moments or moments in which it matters / there's dialogue on screen, that's where I think that I'm kind of hitting my stride. That's where I really, like, feel good. You know, I'm feeling good, much like an Incorporated. Holy shit. Wait, they could make a whole song out of that. But, like, if I'm in an off day, I feel like it would be a very boring stream game if I'm not able to kind of keep myself locked into other stuff. Persona games, I play them like a man in the desert drinks water. As a callback, would you be able to give a man in the desert, if that man was me, perhaps like a Coke Zero? Or I'll take a McDonald's Sprite, honestly. Dude, can McDonald's fucking get with the program, please? Can we get zero sugar Sprites at McDonald's? I've had Sprite Zero. I've had Sprite Zero many times. Sprite Zero is one of the only diet sodas that, in my opinion, tastes 1-to-1 like the normal one. Coke Zero, I prefer the more bitter flavor of Coke Zero, the slightly more bitter flavor of Coke Zero compared to normal Coke. But, like, Sprite versus Sprite Zero, if you blindfolded me and had me do a taste test, I don't think I'd be able to tell the difference. So why can't McDonald's do their Sprite Zero? Because a McDonald's Sprite is one of, like, my favorite drinks on this planet, but I really just don't need the calories. McDonald's already has me covered when it comes to calories. So I really don't need my drink to be adding any. But unfortunately, they just kind of hate me exclusively, I think. I asked the CEO, Ronald himself. If you didn't know, he runs the company. That's why it's named after him. Okay, well, that was pretty easy for a challenge. Don't know if I'd really agree with calling it one. Yeah, we got the small boy challenge completed. It's crazy. They put me on a list for that. I'm a cranberry Sprite enjoyer. I do like Sprite cranberry. It's just unfortunate that anytime it's brought up, people will always hit you with the, I have just one query, want a Sprite cranberry. And it's the closest that I come to understanding women. Sorry, I stuttered. Now the whole bitch ruined. Might as well just throw that one out. No, it's the closest I've ever come to understanding women. Because they get tired of hearing the same pickup lines over and over, right? I get tired of trying to enjoy a crisp and refreshing Sprite cranberry just for somebody to bring up the ad. So I get it, okay? It's the closest I'll ever come to understanding them. And then when I put on the menstrual pain, you know, little simulator thing, I come a little bit closer at that point. Like, probably the closest I will. I haven't been on the internet like a lot aside from Twitch and YouTube from time to time, and first couple of days there I got my messages deleted for vaguely talking about a show in the wrong channel. I do see why the Discord mod stereotype exists now. Sorry for messaging Dad a lot of shit. I joined this Discord a month ago for something. Oh, okay. I was like, I don't think I've ever deleted stuff for being off topic. In fact, I think I might care the least. Every time I look at the channels, I'm like, what's the point? We should just all dump it into one channel. Fucking filter it yourself, man. This is what humans are made for. We're made to sort data. If we aren't meant to sort data, then how come accountants haven't been replaced by AI yet? Sorting data is what we're good at. Therefore, fucking parse it, buddy. Use that noggin, use that gray matter up there spinning around and parse it. Everything goes in general. In Japan, the R sound is hard. So Ronald McDonald is named... oh, okay, thank God it's Donald McDonald. Oh, thank God, dude. Oh, I thought it was about to be the most... okay. Dude, is it? It might be a little fucked up to say. But if you ever go to Japan, guy who's been to Japan one time. But if you ever go to Japan... I do feel I should, like, warn you. You will feel racist while you're there. And that's not your fault. If you speak English, I should say. I'm sure that if you speak German or French or something, it probably doesn't feel as racist, right? But, like, I felt so... Because if you call it McDonald's, they look at you like you're crazy. You gotta do a little bit of a stereotypical accent, and then somebody will like nod their head and point you in the way you're supposed to go. And you could say, do the accent right now. Not for free, buddy. I'm not putting that clip out there for free. It's gonna take a lot more than that. Okay, it took a second to process that. I thought you meant if you go to Japan, you'd feel racist towards the Japanese people. Well, I kind of did, because I'm like, I'm not trying to be like... I know how to say borrowed words. Yeah, but like, the issue is you kind of have to say them in the way that in the US, people would be like, you can't say it like that. And like, I know it's the correct way to say it, but that doesn't make it feel right. Why would I do plus difficulty? I guess it's for the endless part of it near the end. That's true. You probably want more enemies just for that. So why did I bother unlocking that? I don't know. It just seemed cool. 100 max HP, 50 HP regen. Healing will now radiate damage to nearby. Is that not insane, by the way? Oh, also, we just unlocked the toggler. They call me the toggler. And I toggle around and around and around. All right, there we go. The toggler has been unlocked. Toggle purchased weapons, tomes, and items on or off. I'm raising my hand. Teacher, how is this fair? If you have this on, don't you just disable everything you don't want on a run? And then you just only get the items you want for the run? I mean, I'm not going to be turning it on, so, you know, we can really theorize till the cows come home, because it's not going to be purchased. One more and we unlock Spaceman, who is down here. We could get Tony McZoom once we get the wireless dagger. This one we need to kill 100 enemies using tornado weapon while carry. I don't know. And that will unlock Birdo. You gotta be careful with that name, though. I'm not saying that Nintendo will come after you. I'm just saying they've come after people for less. Buy weapon, corrupted forest, or corrupted sword and beat forest 3. Beat desert tier 2. All right, Dice Head's like the last character you unlock. Okay, I got you. So that's why it seems like he's going to be crazy. Is this the Executioner? It is, and I just never bothered to unlock it. That's so cool of me. All right, someone give me a character. We'll play anyone and we'll do an actual run. I'm tired of doing the challenge runs. Birdo Nintendo's so cute. Is Birdo still a guy? Or has the lore been changed on that one? Because if Birdo is a guy, shout out to Yoshi, my gay king. Because I know the original guidebook said he for Birdo. And you could say that was a mistranslation. I would say you're misgendering. I would like to, you know, point out that maybe you're problematic, not me. I think we can do tier 3, man. I think we're built for it. Okay, okay. Monkey time. Dude, Monkey's ability to bunny hop is so goated, man. I think every character can bunny hop, but Monkey's is the easiest. +1 projectile count has to be my choice any day of the week. And it doesn't even matter if we fall down because Monkey can climb walls. The cool thing about his power is Monkey is actually able to climb walls, by the way. Now, we could get the Thorns upgrades here. I think Birdo was referred to as male in the guidebook, but every other reference is either neutral or female. All right, so I guess what we're trying to say is, like, they're just gender fluid. Got it, got it. I probably should have assumed that. Okay. All right, we'll definitely take that for sure. You know what? Probably wasn't worth that banana upgrade there. As much as I do love playing with my MF Nanner on main, I don't think that was the time for it. Crit chance +10. Okay, I mean, that probably means we don't... Crit chance as a tome just doesn't seem really like what we want. Now, what else do we want with bananas? I don't know. I don't know what's good, man. Well, my friend asked me how it's going. I don't know what's good. You tell me. Had a really, really messed up week. I guess we just go extra jumps. I don't know. Key, gym sauce, or leeching crystal. I'm down to get roided up real quick. You guys see that one pastor who was clearly roided up that said he wishes he could run over people with his car? That guy's my inspiration. But only because, dude, it was like he was trying to test out a new stand-up routine with an audience who absolutely did not want to hear it because they were there for church. +1 projectile count for all weapons has to be the go-to move there. And honestly, testing out stand-up comedy against a hostage audience is so funny. And I do think it's something that we should encourage more and more people to do. Because it's just hilarious that they have to sit there and listen to you say the dumbest shit. Because what are they going to do? Get up and leave church? Yeah, all right. Then the Lord's going to hate them. They don't have a chance. They retconned my favorite effeminate character. Go on. It's a wild opening. I will be reading the rest of the essay when that's how it starts, though. I think I'm going to get more elites to spawn. Because we're kind of crushing it in damage. And if we can just get more things to spawn, especially in the elite department, we can get more chests. The more chests I have, the happier I am. That was just, by the way, how I feel in real life as well. I could probably use the size tome. I think size is pretty good. Me going on r/size queens. Yeah, I think the size is pretty good. Is that a subreddit? I don't know, man. I feel like you could take any vaguely horny term and it exists as a subreddit, right? Like, that's the whole point of the internet, is like there will be a subreddit for everything. Oh, I was just referring to Birdo. Okay, okay. No, that adds up. That adds up. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, what's the harm in Birdo being a guy? I guess Nintendo didn't want Yoshi to be gay. That's probably all that it was. They got mad that people kept calling Yoshi players gay, and they were correct. Roll me, I don't know, Flame Walker? I don't know. I'm gonna refresh one more time. I'll just take the bone upgrade for now, because I'm not really feeling decisive today. You know, I kind of want to keep my options open. You know, so, okay, I've been wondering about this. How NSFW are you allowed to get on YouTube ASMR videos? Because I feel like the answers vary, right? I mean, I've never really gone down this rabbit hole. Mainly because I don't think ASMR really works for me. Because everyone always says you're supposed to, like, feel tingles throughout your body, and I've never had that happen. In fact, normally I want to turn it off. Normally, especially anyone, there's so many out there that are like, yeah, here's my ASMR, and then they just start making their lips smack together. That pisses me off. I don't want to hear that at all. I turn it off instantly, man. It's one of the grossest sounds ever. I despise the noise of lips smacking together very close to a microphone. Because it just sounds like your mic's not calibrated right. I don't understand it. Also, there's just no way that somebody's actually out there getting full body chills from that. Like, maybe from some of the other noises, but from someone's lips smacking together, that can't be your full body chills moment. I don't believe it. As long as you got pasties on, you can do the full erotic ASMR. Okay, okay. Good, because I wear pasties 24/7, so that's really helpful for me to know. Thank God, I was worried I'd have to take them off for it. Hey, all right, good to know I've got an extra career path opening up in the future, just in case, just in case. I can make my lips smack together. I could make other stuff clap into the microphone, and you wouldn't even know what I'm doing. I like those haircut ASMR ones. Those are the closest ones to ones I've enjoyed, because, like, it's not human noises. I think that that's what I've realized, is I don't enjoy when people try to do human-sounding ASMR. I don't want to listen to another person directly in my ear. It's one of the things that I want the least, actually. I think I value my personal space a bit too much for that. But there's also one scene that I've seen a lot of people credit. They're like, this is where I recognize that I loved ASMR. And I just don't feel anything. That's just in life, by the way. Not even related to that other scene. By the way, why did we go for the axes? I don't know. I just figured with size as one of the main things we're going for. And maybe even duration, it would be pretty good. I think I'm down. Fuck it, we'll just do size. You make our nanners huge and make our axes huge. That just feels like a good idea. I'm down, I'm down. But, what was that scene? It was like from Toy Story. I think it was like Woody was getting repaired by the evil guy in Toy Story 2. Do I remember what the evil guy's name was? No. Yeah, I'm racking my brain. Unfortunately, all that's coming up is like the names of people I hold dear to my heart instead of the name of the villain from Toy Story 2. I remember the other villain though. I remember Zurg. I remember him. But that's only because in the video game tie-in for Toy Story 3, Zurg was a big part of the story. So it's pretty hard for me to forget him. And that was probably the best video game ever made. Probably. Which one did I just choose? Lifesteal? I think Lifesteal was a good choice. Good choice, mate. I mean, even if I thought it was a shitty choice, it's done now, so it doesn't matter. The toy repairer guy? Oh, I thought it was the evil villain that did it. I guess you're right. No, he does. Yeah, he gives it to like an old man. You're right. You're right. An old man repairs. I don't want to finish that sentence. I was going to say he repairs my Woody. But you know what? I actually want him to stay far away from it, upon considering. He can eons away, preferably. I don't get full body tingles. They're just in the back of the head and neck, but that's enough. Maybe I'm just like not able to feel stuff. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe like my dopamine receptors are completely fried. Yo, also, I've been seeing something, and I know the reason why people say it, but anybody who streams on TikTok, they'll constantly say in their stream that, you know, goes everywhere. Because I watch one Dead by Daylight creator normally when I'm about to go to bed who streams on TikTok, and he's always like, yo, guys, make sure you come over from the TikTok to the Twitch. It's a lot more fun. You know, a lot of people enjoy the viewing experience better. And like, does that work on anybody? Because I hear that, and maybe I'm cynical, but I hear it and I'm like, obviously you want them to come over. Your revenue is going to be better on Twitch than it is on TikTok. It's not about the viewer experience at all. You just want the higher revenue. And like, I'm not going to fault you for it, because like, why wouldn't you want higher revenue? But don't lie and say it's a better experience. The people you're talking to are children whose brains are so fried that they are watching TikTok live streams. Okay? Like, I'm going to be honest with you. They will have a panic attack if you set food in front of them and don't turn on Subway Surfers with it. It's not going to be a better experience for them. I mean, if you have Twitch Turbo, it's probably better, but that's also, that also might be the most loser subscription to have. It is I remember when it first came out, and I was like, so this is worthwhile if you consistently watch more than 3 streamers who also all run a lot of ads. And I thought to myself, and I was like, there's just no, that's just not me. I understand people who get YouTube Premium, right? Because ad blockers can be expensive. They are free. And I know what you're going to say. Yeah, but what about on your phone? Oh, look at the loser who can't download an APK. L. Yeah, I just think Apple's so much better than Android because, you know, Apple just has so much better quality of life for people. Yeah, I enjoy watching YouTube Premium for free. Oh, wait, you can't? L. Damn, that must be rough. I wouldn't fucking know. Just say that next time, man. Just say that. In fact, if you are watching mobile on Android, there are rumors of certain applications out there. Not that I think they exist, not that I would say that they do exist, that you can download as an APK that allow you to watch Twitch on your phone without ads. Now, I'm not saying that those exist because those would break terms of service, so I'm hoping that they don't exist. But if they did, I'm sure you could find them. So, just saying. Now, the repairer was the good guy? Yeah. No, you're right. He definitely does get handed off in Toy Story 2. I forgot about it. Sorry, it's been a while since I've watched Toy Story. YouTube Premium is the best subscription to own since you have YouTube Music. That's why I still understand it anyways, right? Like, if you cancel your Spotify to get YouTube Premium, I think that's actually an A1 move of you. Because Spotify is still expensive. YouTube Premium is like $15 a month, which is not cheap. But if you watch enough YouTube and listen to your music via YouTube Music, it's a very worthwhile investment, I would say. And also, what's nice, like, this is more a peace of mind thing. The creators you watch get compensated really well for the ads that get skipped with YouTube Premium. They get compensated more than if you were to watch an ad. Or so I've heard. I don't really, like, I don't have the monetization in front of me, but that's what people say. So, if I'm watching a TikTok live, it's because they're not streaming elsewhere. If I'm watching a TikTok live, I don't think that I am, actually. I had to think about it for a second. I was like, what was the last TikTok live I watched? And that's when it really, you know, I recognized something. Since it's against YouTube servers, I won't tell you that I have a new pipe, which is YouTube with the little pop-up window available at all times, and I get no ads. Yeah, I mean, like, obviously, that would break terms of service if that existed. But it's a good thing that, like, it only exists in theory. Theoretically, we could do it. It's just we won't do it. It's kind of like Oppenheimer with the nuclear bomb. Theoretically, he knew he could make it, but it's not like he would make a bomb to just kill a bunch of people, then get sad the bomb to kill people was used to kill people. I understand, by the way, I say this, like, as a joke. My media analysis is not actually so brain dead, / my analysis of real-world stuff. I understand the rationale behind why he made it was dual part. 1, he's a very egotistical man who wanted to be known for something, and 2, he kind of rationalized to himself that if he doesn't make it, the other side will, and if the other side makes it before he can make it, well, then the people that he cares about are in danger. Like, I understand that there's like a whole extra layer going on there. I just, you know, that kind of over-explaining stuff and actually understanding things kills comedy. Theoretically, you could download a car. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Jet Set Radio song. Oh, no, but I've said it before. I'll say it again. That anti-piracy ad never sat right with me. Because the argument of you wouldn't download a car holds zero merit to me. Because if somebody could download a car for free and it would work, they would do it. 100%. You wouldn't download a car? Yes, the fuck you would. You absolutely... Are you kidding me? Dude, people download and get viruses on their computer to fucking watch K-pop Demon Hunters. They would download a car. Trust me. There's lower stake stuff they are downloading. Dude, the bananas actually go insane for damage. Could really use some more of those difficulty shrines, actually. Maybe I should go look around for some of those. Well, you know, not exactly a difficulty shrine, but we'll take what we can get. I mean, maybe this will be the level where I can actually run around the whole thing and get out all of them. Also, every time I watch a TikTok live, there's one part of it that, like, I know it's engagement farming. Fuck you. The part of it is every single one of them will play a niche game that has a very unique or appealing art style, and then they will not put the name of the game anywhere, and their title will be like playing a game, but I won't tell you what. And I'm like, you are just like an asshole. You're just like not a nice person. I'm all for gatekeeping, but this isn't even gatekeeping, man. Because you're not doing it to gatekeep. And honestly, I'd respect it more if you were doing it to gatekeep. You're doing it so you can point and say, somebody will type in chat, and then they answer the question when somebody types it. But they're just doing it to engagement farm, because now you have to type something in their chat. That's so stupid. Like, obviously it works. And so they're not going to stop ever. But I hate seeing that shit so much. Also, theoretically, can you maybe send me or tell me where to download the theoretical APK Twitch thing to run on my Android, theoretically in GTA? Yeah, no. Theoretically, I got you. Theoretically, if you were to look up, I don't know, the main color that you associate with the website of twitch.tv, followed by TV, you might find an APK. Whatever color you associate with it. Don't overcomplicate the color. If you theoretically could put those two together, it may be, hypothetically, allegedly. Dude, I love saying buzzwords that mean legally I'm covered. Is that what that means? Probably not, honestly. But like, if you did that, you might find something. I don't know. Just a crazy idea. Again, I mean, I'm just experimenting out here. Who knows what would actually happen if you looked that up? You know, maybe it would be a pornography-related thing. That's actually what it is. I'm just pranking you. See, now we're really legally covered. The part that really sold it is when I said we're really legally covered. Me robbing a bank and making crazy faces to the CCTV the whole time so that they know I'm not in on it. Twirling my finger right next to my head as I walk out with a burlap sack. This will cover me legally. Now they understand. I thought it was a crazy idea. Not one I was involved with. And pointing to the other people near me and going, get a load of this guy, so they know I'm not an accomplice. Alright, our damage is a little bit lower than I would like it to be now. I'll be honest. Hey, Dirt the Froggy's playing Megabonk. What the hell? He asleep? Wait, what the fuck? It's midnight for him. This guy's gotta get to bed. And you know what the worst part is? You're probably in my chat. Would it maybe be called Purple IPTV? Yeah, it would be called something like that. It'd be very similar to that. I probably would take out the intellectual property if I was you. But yeah, it would be that one for sure, probably. I mean, like, if I, like, that's what came to me in a dream. I don't know if that's real or not. But that would be really cool if it did exist. If it did, I would probably get that one. If you could find anything called that, but I doubt it even is out there. Dude, talking in legal vagueness is awesome. I should be a lawyer. Holy shit, Better Call Salt. Wait a minute. I guess we'll upgrade our bone. I don't know. What my ex-wife said I should do. Am I right or am I right, fellas? I've never satisfied a woman. Men, on the other hand. That's where I'm really hitting my stride. Dude, the sheer number of nanners we're throwing out is absurd. I do feel powerful with it. Maybe the difficulty scaling was a bit much, but honestly, I'm gonna just keep buying it. Because it feels like we're just getting stronger. Plus, the more enemies that spawn, and the stronger they are, the more XP they drop. They're acting like difficulty is only a bad thing. Oh my god, we're gonna get 3 upgrades here, minimum. Yeah, the upgrades might be the strongest part of the game. I think we can go +1 projectile here, and then we go 10% more crit chance, I think. We might be overcapped on crit. Crit chance is 64%. Never mind. Not even close. We still have a shocking 36% to go. Damage to elites, I definitely think is worth taking at Epic, because we're trying to spawn as many elites as possible. And they're starting to be a little bit tankier than I would like them to be. No. We definitely need the money. We're broke as fuck. As unfortunate as it is, we're going to the corner soon. Attack speed, XP gain, jump height. Just give me more attack speed, man. You know what I'm here for. Oh, I already bought an upgrade. What the fuck did I buy? Crit chance? I think. Movement speed, maybe? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Nothing does. Optimistic nihilism. Attack speed up. That's not bad, but I think more nanners is always good. 7% luck or 7.2% lifesteal or more crit damage. Crit damage is kind of massive, though. I think I'm gonna go... What's our lifesteal looking like right now? 7%? Let's double our lifesteal. If my math is right, I think an extra 7% should double that. Yep. And you might say, by the way, like, of course it would double it. I wasn't sure if it was, like, a percentage of your current percent. Because one of the stats, I think it's damage, works off of a percentage of your percent in order to make your damage actually get multiplied. Which makes sense, because otherwise damage would just be the best stat in the game. So, like, they probably had to do something to change it, but... Honestly, the axes aren't bad when you get them later. I think they suck if you're starting with them as your only item. But when you get them later, like we have right now, it's definitely not bad. Swarm incoming. All right, let's just kind of climb on out of here then. Oh, hey, look at that. More items. How kind. How gracious. Crit chance up by a lot or damage up by a lot on our bones. I think it's got to be bone damage, man. I'm feeling bone damage for sure. Okay. Elite spawn chance is my choice. Because, I mean, just look at it. It's too easy right now. Okay, maybe we'll get over here. Feel a little safe on this side. Open this up, get 2% higher luck. More evasion rings. Actually, this is our second ever one. We're at 30% chance to evade, though, which isn't bad. I'm imagining our evade's capped at something. Where's our evasion chance? Evasion's 24. 24 when I have 2 plus 15%. See, this is why I say sometimes it's just randomly a percent of a percent, and I don't really understand how it works. Or maybe it's as you get higher in percentage, it takes more percentage to make a percentage go up. But that kind of sounds like nerd theory that other people will get into. So, why'd I take thorns? It was blue. Sometimes I am just that simple, okay? I don't always think about every upgrade I get. If I did, I'd probably burn myself out. Sometimes I just kind of like click whatever's in front of me. Yeah, I just can't even begin to see what's going on here. Welcome to the grinder, I suppose. That's awesome. Okay, maybe attack speed still does have its reason to exist. I was thinking that we were done with attack speed at this point. Never mind. All right, we might as well spawn in this boss. Probably take us a minute to kill Chad Bark. Oh my god, it definitely will. Minimum a minute. Okay, we've got ourselves a stopwatch that freezes time. Even with time frozen, man, he is not taking much damage. Be ready to move? Okay, well, you know, not exactly ready, I would say, but willing and able for sure. Do a little sidestep on that one. Can't even see what's going on around me. Okay. Well, we got those going on, so that's something. Woo. Move over here. Just keep a little bit mobile. 50 more seconds till we are in endless here. Not what I'm hoping for, but it's what we've got. All right. Woo! Hey, let's just run around. All right, that's pretty good. That seems pretty good to me. Hit this one real quick. Do a little jump around. Ah, not much there. Okay. Drop on down real quick. Ooh, free money. Hard to say no to that. In this economy, free money. All right, all right. Yeah, I feel like I'm out of the conversation. It's like a stand-up comedian saying, all right, that's the end of the set. I don't really have anything else planned. See you guys right halfway through the set. No, I mean, honestly, I feel like that's how you can tell when I'm, I don't know, man. I've just been exhausted in real life. And normally I just draw on my real life experiences in order to have more to talk about. But I haven't really had many real life experiences aside from, like, painting hurts. That's true. Painting is actually, like, it's way more physically draining than I thought it was. I thought this shit was easy. I thought you just, like, moved the brush a little bit. I'm starting to think artists might be onto something. I'm starting to think Michelangelo probably had to try a little bit to paint that, Cis Chapel or whatever. I think it's, demonstrable that he'd use a slur to paint that chapel, but that's just me. And if you're saying what slur, that just proves how ignorant you are. Twitter.com has said cis is a slur, guys. And I will not be taking anybody who disrespects that, all right? Because, come on. There's a lot of people offended by that term. Probably. I haven't found any of them yet, but... once we find them, we're going to be really happy that we're not offending them. Duration up is great for us. Equals more bananas coming our way. I don't know why the bananas start to do this, but I'm very happy that they do. And maybe I should have got more of the moldy cheese. Just so we could have more trailing behind us. Yeah, I don't know what gives us extra duration, because sometimes they exist for ages, and other times my banana just disappears. Dude, actually, I was talking about it earlier. I wonder if that's what the ASMR channels do. I wonder if they call it a banana instead of a cock, so that way they can be like, oh, I'm not breaking any terms of service. Because I've seen screenshots of what people post as ASMR on YouTube, and I'm not gonna lie, brother, none of those are ASMR. I'm not saying ASMR doesn't exist. I'm sure that there are, like, you know, your wholesome ones out there too. But I guess I say wholesome, by which I mean your ones that are not depraved. I guess that's a better way of putting it. Either way, I know that those probably exist out there. It's just not what people like to post as a funny little meme thing. Movement speed, shield, or extra jumps. Give me movement speed on this one. Crack open that pot while we're walking. Why not? What's our enemies killed at? Only 6K? I probably could have stayed longer during the endless then. Got a couple more gold pieces, a couple more shillings, if you would. Okay, we've got a big spawn up here. We've also got Chunkum the Terrible again. I don't know if I've got much to do with being able to kill him, honestly. Oh, well, not when he's in the air, for sure. When he is experiencing the rapture, that definitely will make it harder for me. I knew it would happen eventually. I just didn't think it would be Chunkum the Terrible going first. Hello, Mr. Rat. Oh, hello, hello. How was your time at whatever locale you may have been at for this prior time? Woo, 33% damage in the air is actually huge because we can just keep spamming jumps. And you can almost see that we're dealing 33% more when we're up there. Whoa! Hey, man. Take it easy. Whoa, Drake and Josh. Whoa, just take it easy, man. Relax. All right. Now we're chilling. Dude, we actually are so tanky with Monkey because I forget we grow HP every time we level up. I think I've gone full circle where it hurts so much that I'm happy. Emos circa finding Hot Topic for the first time. What do we think about that one? I think that's probably where I'd describe that one for sure. Me seeing my first My Chemical Romance shirt at Hot Topic. I've gone full circle. It hurts so much, I'm happy. That's also probably exactly what they said when My Chemical Romance disbanded. I don't know. I wasn't really there for that one. Like, obviously I was alive for it, but I just didn't really care enough about My Chemical Romance as a band to have an opinion when they were breaking up. I know a lot of people did, but I was always more of a Panic at the Disco over My Chemical Romance kind of guy. So what did I think about when that was over? Well, honestly, and like maybe this is me just kind of being needlessly, you know. Anyways, by the time Panic at the Disco had broken up, I didn't really like care much at all. Because it's not like I was really over here blaring a lot of their more recent stuff, you know? So when they were breaking up and like we're done going on tours, I wasn't really gonna ever show up to one of their concerts anyways. And the old songs still exist on Spotify as far as I know. They might take them all. Be a little late to do it now, but you have so many bananas I can't even see your character. Oh, fucking obviously. Wow, big dick problems. I know, man. It happens all the time. Sorry, my banana is too large and swinging. Okay, I can't help it. I was born this way. I'm looking for a reduction surgery. I'm trying to find someone I can donate to. Someone with like a smaller cock. Because like I feel bad for them, you know? Well, here's our swarm incoming. Kill 1,500 enemies with Monkey. Unlocks Ice Monkey. Dude, the Arctic monkeys are gonna love that one. Holy. That honestly, Arctic Monkey fans are rushing out to buy the game now. There's a slight, somewhat reference potentially to them. There's the word ice, which is cold and in the Arctic, next to monkey. This is what they need. Whoa! They cleaved my skull in twain. Holy shit. Damn. That was rough. That was brutal. Ice Monkey unlocked. Yeah, what can I say? It's just who we are. We are who we are. Damn. Ice Monkey. That does not look good. I'm sorry. Like, I know he's blue. Am I crazy for thinking of ice as a lighter blue? This does not read as ice to me. This reads as water monkey. But you know what? Honestly, I think I know why they didn't call it that. Because when I said it out loud, good call on ice monkey. Actually, no, because that also sounds wrong. I just feel like monkey is like, it's a word that's hard to make sound good with any adjective before it. Any descriptor before the word monkey makes you sound like the worst person. Like, makes you sound like you'd belong well in Frieza's army. Okay. His elbows make his arms look broken? God forbid a man has fun. God forbid a monkey catches a vibe. Freeze enemies with the ice cube to get Frostwalker. Yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Kill enemies as Clank. 5% chance to find upon breaking a tumbleweed, which would get me the weapon shotgun. Okay, okay. Question, though. What if I went in here and bought something else? How much are those? 100, 100, don't really care, don't really care. Skip, don't care. Find and activate all boom boxes on the forest to get the boom box. I'm not doing it. You can't make me. How much is it going to be for the character, huh? It was 21 to... Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, Bandit seems to be pretty good. Do we think that Bozo is a real gamer? I'm sorry, because like 2.3 million seems a little bit absurd when the next highest is 1.2 million. Like, he could have just had the most I'm him performance of all time. But I'm gonna wager that maybe Bozo is cheating a little bit. How am I on friends? Oh, dang, look at him go. Derp's going crazy. Drake and Josh season 3. Nothing compared to me, unfortunately. Derp beneath my heel. Who is that as? I don't think I even have him unlocked. Oh, it's Tony McZoom. Oh, that would add up. Well, let's go Calcium and let's go into the desert. I've got some stuff I want to do. I've got plans, big plans, plans I can't share with you. It involves ordering thigh highs. From there, we will find out together how the plan develops. Oh, God forbid a man catches a vibe. If a white boy has a little motion all of a sudden. I work in web development, okay? I'm just embracing, like, it was handed to me. It was my web of destiny, you know? The second that I went into IT, I knew my path was sealed, okay? You think I'd be doing this if I had options? I know that I don't, and that's why I must. Ooh. God, Calcium's awesome. He might be the sickest character in the game when he can hit an enemy, which can be hard for him. I think if you jump there, you get a little bit... You gotta, like, jump on angles here. It's what I like to call unseasoned chicken. What, white people motion? I'll have you know that that's not just motion, that's culture. It's all we know, okay? Yeah. You can spell it out with different letters if you want. Yeah. Starring Pennywise the Clown. There's a orgy starring a bunch of children in it. They didn't do that one for the movie release, though. Like, why did society move on from that, by the way? Like, why is it just accepted in Stephen King's novel It that it was cool to beat the cosmic clown? A bunch of kids have to have an orgy. I feel like we moved on way too fast from that. That's an insane idea for how to end your book. I don't know how. I mean, you know, maybe publisher read it and was like, I love it. I'm a huge fan. Jeffrey Epstein, by the way. Let me just say, what you're doing here is absolutely inspiring. Say them separately. Oh, no, I've known from the start what you were trying to say. I just thought it was funnier. Fear not. I was fully aware. I hate you. That's not very kind to say to somebody, might I add. Maybe you haven't seen it. There's a little bumper sticker that says to choose kindness. It says coexist. Maybe you haven't read it yet. I feel like it could really teach you a little message. Because you're saying very hurtful things to people for no reason. And I don't know... You know, it might be a dark demon inside of you that says you have to say this to people. But, like, you don't have... You can be kind. You don't have to. People will understand what you mean. It's not me, obviously. Alright, what we got over here? Crits have a chance to heal me? I'll take that for sure. Oh, hey, while we're at it... Actually, wait, real quick. Nerd shit. Joe, log into WoW and open up your vault. I want to see what you get. I haven't opened mine yet. I'm going to open it after stream. I had enough time this week. This is huge news for me. It doesn't happen often. I had enough time to actually get some runs in on WoW. A couple dungeon runs. I think I got 4 total across 2 days of playing. I'm trying to link up with Derp to do some art studies. I've got a question. Got a question for you. All right. Here's my question. By the way, we found the katana, which is exactly what I was looking for. My question is yes or no on the following, okay? If you want to be an artist who like does anatomy stuff, how do you art study? Because I've got an idea in mind, but I don't know if it's the correct one. Because, like, you need a reference, right? Like, obviously, you want it to be realistic. So how would you do that? If you were to just randomly, for example, caution a guess at that. How do you think you'd get, like, really good at anatomy? I don't think rat anatomy will help me with human anatomy. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like... Could I say that I'm doing art studies? Is kind of what I'm trying to ask. I'm sure you understand the implication here. No. Why? What makes mine so different? Why yours good, mine bad? Don't say something crazy like intent. As though that means anything. Yeah, that's what I thought. There's no answer. There's no possible answer. Consider yourself cornered. Consider me victorious. Well, I would really, really, really like to get those chests over there. Like, it truly would mean the world to me if I could be allowed to just grab that. No, because you're not breaking it down bone by bone. You don't know that. I could be a skeletal-based gooner. Okay, if I only jerk off to skeletons, then am I... If I only jerk off to skeletons in that situation, am I then doing study? You're reading what you want to read because you're not breaking it down bone by bone, tissue, structure, perspective, form. You're just gooning. But what if I am? But what if I can't get off unless I feel like it's anatomically correct? Like, the type of shit that really gets me going is when I open up a bio textbook. Then does it count? Still not an art study. Disagree. While I respect your opinion, I think I might be the expert on this one. So I think I've done more art studies than you at this point, based off my definition of them. It's just a goon study? I don't think so, man. Piercing blade, small chance to instantly execute an enemy. Why not? Attraction tome, HP regen. I'm gonna banish attraction. I feel no attraction. I'm an asexual king. All right, the executioner is not helpful for us like katana is. Got it. I didn't know how it fought, but now I do. It can still be somewhat helpful, just not great. All right, now we've made ourselves enough of a hole that we can get one. Well, not great for us. Projectile count shoots up there. That's actually massive. I think, honestly, projectile count shooting up matters for a lot of our weapons. It was projectile count on the executioner. Never mind. It's actually just like atrocious. It actually doesn't even do anything. Okay. Clover acquired, Clover acquired. So I guess honestly what I'm hearing is I'm still just gonna like trust that to be real. But what are you doing an art study on for real? Like for actually? Because the kind of stuff you draw normally isn't like something that exists in real life. I don't know what it would be. Not sure yet. Derp said he was gonna grab a snack, so he's waiting. When he comes back and he says we're gonna be jerking off and we're gonna call it an art study, you're gonna owe me an apology. I expected 3 pages, double-spaced, MLA format cited sources at the bottom. Okay. Deal? I'm holding out my hand right now. Deal? Now, by the way, why did I choose the Holy Book? Oh, we just never acquired it before, so I thought, why not? It's something new. It's something new. Increase luck for each one we open. That's actually massive to get when our chests are still relatively cheap. I think you're looking at the wrong crowd to goon. What are you talking about? What, can't everybody goon? Is there like a limit on it? I didn't know. Like, are you not allowed? Did you lose like a license or something? Is it like Britain? You need to have a license for everything? Lost the license to goon? No, but it's me and Derp. Yeah. I don't think either of us are known for gooning behaviors. What are you trying to imply about me? Because, like, it almost seems as though I'm being left out of that. You're the gooner. See, like, that's what I was thinking, is that you were trying to imply. But I feel like that's a misrepresentation, because, like, I think that, much like women, I'm a lot more than what my body says. So I think that it's kind of shallow of you to judge me based off of that, if I could be honest. It just kind of doesn't seem mature of you. Me, known for maturity, of course, obviously. That's why, like, half of my jokes end in cock, cum, etc. But that's because that's funny. As we all know. Okay, I mean, we'll take more HP up. Honestly, we are a tanky fucking skeleton, man. We'll do more Dexecutioner. I don't think it's... like, I don't think it's a bad weapon. I just don't think that it's really great for this character, just because we go, hopefully, not even near the enemy. My ideal is to not interact with anybody, much like an introvert at a party. You know, the kind of party they told themselves, no, it'll be fun this time, and then it's exactly the same as every other time. I think that we just loop this guy for a second. I was waiting for our boss to spawn. I was like, it's 2 minutes left. We should be getting another boss soon. And then directly after we kill this boss, I plan to spawn the teleporter boss. Then we'll be good. We'll be on our way. We'll be on our way. On our merry way, shall I say. All right, all right. Holy. Calcium is kind of sick with it, though, huh? So my question is... hold. Precision Dexecutioner gaining crit chance. I think I'll just give crit chance to everything. Then I think I'll just give crit chance to everything. And then I'll open up this bad boy. It's another something. Have I opened that one? I have opened that one. Where is our sand golem at? Oh, there he is. Hiding behind a scorpion is actually such bitch-made behavior by sand golem. I'll say it, man. Like, he deserves to get a little called out for that. That's actually so bitch-made of him. Look at the way he hides in between all of the enemies. He's actually such a coward. This guy would not go down with his ship. This guy would absolutely be the first to jump off. All right, we're chilling now. Moving on. I think calcium... no, I don't know. I don't know. I've got nothing else to say about him. I just don't know if he's my guy. I do think he's fun, though. Well, that's a free. I mean, you gotta. Hand it to you on a silver platter. You absolutely must. Now, this is huge. Because we get this, and then we just run over there quick. God damn. When I said quick, I meant it, man. Nobody thought I was lying, and I still felt the need to say it. Okay, okay. Not exactly the most intimidating attack of all time. Woo. Dude, one of my friends started playing a game, and honestly, I thought that I just got another achievement, and I was like, what did I even do this time? I'm literally just skating. I'm literally playing Skate 4, probably. Except I don't have to pay for every single cosmetic. I do think that the one thing I can't give the Skate 4 devs, as unfortunate as it is like, what the fuck is that monetization for cosmetics? It's actually so ass. Little Anubis implies the existence of a big Anubis. Yeah, that's the guy they put in front of all the pyramids. He's pretty big, I think. I know that online the pyramids look a little small, but I'm pretty sure in person they're kind of large. Like moderately so. What's my HP regen at? 105? Yeah, banish this, and I would never like to see it again. Thank you. Gold gain, attack speed, or size? I kind of want my shit big. Much like in real life, which it is. And then I think attack speed's cool here. And then we'll kill a couple before we move on. I don't think there's many we need to get rid of. Our gold price... Damn, it is rough right now. These streets are rough to be on. Well, this might be our last one of these that we have for the level. Very possibly. Movement speed up is huge. You know, I probably should have taken that one ages ago. Now that I think about it. Or I should have taken it as a tome. Okay, okay. Now we're about to get something big. Possibly. Well, backpack's nice. But I think that this will be the last one that I need in order to have found all of them on this very level. Power up, drop chance, HP regen. Probably HP regen. I don't know. Seems good to me. Seems good to me. Get a couple more of these going. More katana slices does seem good to me. We've got the scary ghosts spawning now. What makes them scary? I'm not going to say it. You can't make me. I don't know. Just something about their demeanor. We'll go over here. What we got? What we got? Toxic barrel, slurp, gloves, or scarf. Probably we're going to take scarf, but I don't know. That's not a very inspiring shop to me. Hit this. We can get our difficulty up a bit, and then we'll start yoinking these ones. Run around, yoink our other stuff. Oh, there's a combat shrine there. I'm never one to stray away from a challenge. In elementary school, I ate a rock because I was dared to. So, honestly, I don't even remember if I was dared to. I hope I was dared to, but, like, I definitely remember eating the rock. And you want to know why I remember eating it? It's a miracle, by the way. I don't think I ever told any of, like, my close family that I ate a rock because I was embarrassed that I ate, like, a rock. I will tell you, if you think that your body can process a rock, I'm here to break that illusion to you. It cannot. It's a pain that I remember to this very day. So, maybe consider twice. I have to know what happened. So, like, okay, I call it a rock, but that's not exactly fair. How did you poop the rock out? Painfully, obviously. What, do you think it just came out easily? What, you think it just came out on its own? No, with a lot of pain and effort. In that moment, I think women going through childbirth understand 1/20th of the pain that I had trying to push a rock out of me. And they never found out? Well, no one dug through the toilet to figure it out. They didn't fish it back up and we're like, all right, which one of you guys ate the rock? Wait, you flushed it? Of course I flushed it. What the fuck? What do you want me to do? Pick it up? It doesn't come out clean. I'll tell you that right now. If you're under the illusion that a rock that goes through the whole digestive tract is about to come out the other side squeaky clean, it does not. But the plumping? Okay, first of all, I didn't even gain that much weight from eating the rock, so I don't think the plumping is a fair thing to call me out for. Maybe that's just me. More movement speed for sure. How could I not? Woo! Take this one, take this one. So, okay. I don't think it's fair to say that it was a full rock that I ate. What it was is we had a, hold. We had this one vase in our, I think it was our living room, our family room, I don't remember. It was in a room, right? And it had a bunch of decorative rocks at the bottom that were almost like aquarium rocks, but not quite. They were glass rocks, right? But they were like that smooth style of glass. There were no points to them. And so, I remember I looked at them, and I was like, wow, these kind of look like candy. And I think I was a very orally fixated kid, right? I think that's true to this day, ladies, hit me up. But I remember looking at them and thinking, wow, those look really tasty. So there was one time where I like just put one in my mouth to see if it was tasty. Keep in mind I was a child before you say how dumb were you. Probably around the average dumbness for a child, okay? But I remember going, wow, that looks really tasty. I should try putting one of these in my mouth. And then I did, and I was like, oh, it actually doesn't taste that good. By the way, I decided to kill myself just for fun. It doesn't taste that good. So then I spit it out. And then I was like, you know, it was really smooth. Then I put it back in my mouth. And somebody like walked in, and cartoonishly I got startled. And me getting startled caused me to swallow the rock. But I didn't want anyone to know that I just ate a glass rock that was decorative, because it didn't feel like my smartest moment. So I didn't tell anybody. Up until, like, you know, I still didn't tell anybody. But then when it came out the other end, that was the day I felt like true fear. That was when I was like, holy shit, I might not make it. This may be my last day alive. More projectile count, by the way, is huge for us. But yeah, so that's also, like, what would you want me to do aside from flushing? It was just a small, but it wasn't small. I mean, okay, it's small to an adult, but as a child, it was definitely not small. Luck's not bad. I think the bow I like, but I don't love. Let's do a refresh and see what we've got. Crit chance up on this one is just too good, I think. Yoink this, now we have more attack speed. Why not? Oh my god, this is going to be disgusting. This run's going to be good. You can just already feel it, man. It's got the legs for it. I mean, just look at that. The way he covers ground. He is beauty. He is grace. We could get Thorns leveled, but I'm not exactly tanky. We could get Lightning Staff, but I honestly just think that the Revolver does Lightning Staff's job better. It's just kind of cooler. I guess we'll pick this up now. Might as well. Drag in all XP. Whenever you're ready. Yeah, that's what I thought. There wasn't really much left, but yeah, so no, that's why or that's how I swallowed a rock, and I'm still here today. So I'm just here to let you know it doesn't have to be fatal. It's only fatal if you will it to be. AKA if you're not good at pushing. Yeah, I mean, thinking about that story now, it's probably a miracle that I didn't have to go to the hospital, get my stomach pumped, any of that kind of stuff. But hey, all's well that ends well. Probably. I mean, I still probably wouldn't advise doing that shit, though. Power up drop chance is good and all, but I think we'll just go for this one. Crack open this bad boy, not much from it, okay. Well, also still can't afford that. Wish that I could. Unfortunately, I'm not that guy. Get increased rewards, get luck, or get more XP. I think I'm going to go more XP from this guy, unfortunate as it may be. Just because it took most of our money. But, like, XP is such a good stat to get early. Your early levels let you outscale so much, which then lets those difficulties that I took earlier for absolutely zero reason not feel like it was a misplay. I meant to say plumbing, not plumping. Oh, I was certain, but I just also thought maybe that, like, you were developing a feeder kink, so I didn't want to discourage that because, you know, we're supposed to try and hype up that kind of stuff, you know? Nah. Not a very convincing nah, might I say. It's almost like a nah, who, me? You know? I'm just letting you know how it appears to others on the outside. Nah. Okay, see, now it feels even less like it, because now it feels even more sarcastic. Because, like, nah doesn't feel like a good way to respond to allegations like that. You know what I mean? Like, if Jeffrey Epstein was on trial and they were like, do you like kids? And he went, nah, I'm not believing him. But that's also because there's copious amounts of other evidence. I think you might be projecting. Well, you think that I'm a lot like Jeffrey Epstein? I'd like you to speak to that. Because honestly, I see zero similarities at all. But, you know, I'll give you the open mic is yours now. The floor is yours. Unless you were talking about other parts. I mean, I guess we'll just keep slowly walking around. Though my only issue with Bandit right now is, like, he does start out pretty slow. Also, my starter items are, you know, like, they're not bad. I'm not going to hit another one because then late game is when it actually catches up to me. I could really use this to execute, but I just think that it only can execute non-boss enemies, which does make sense, but doesn't make me happy. Okay, this is good. This is good. Oh, damn. Does it take some swings? I mean, dear Lord. Come on, any day now, man. I need another weapon. The level 7 Executioner is not cutting it. I went all in on Executioner, and I'll tell you right now, I lost. Executioner or bow. I really just don't want it to be bow. Bow or sword. Or shield tome. Give me the bow. It always had to be the bow. I knew that it would. My greatest ally, my biggest fan, my #1 friend. Crit damage up on the bow. Maybe it's not going to be so bad. Curse damage dealing 30% of their HP every second. It will never hit a boss, so don't even bother getting your hopes up like it's going to be something good. It's just not worth dreaming dreams that won't happen. It takes away from the very realistic dreams you could achieve. I'm going to be dead here. Oh, well, that's how it is. Maybe skill issue? Yeah. Yeah, that one kind of was. I mean, I know what my issue was there, right? I put all of my eggs in one basket, and then that basket turned out to be made out of not very strong materials. Dare I say, a very weak twain, if you were. Okay. Well. The question is, now what? Just because I'm still getting over my sickness. I'm twaining it. I am kind of twaining it. Me when my name is Mark. I'm Twain. We could get that. I just feel like it's probably more worth getting more upgrades here at the shop. Like more silver upgrades, because then you just get more. Because like I'm never going to buy these any other way, right? Like I could even refund a Banish because I never used them and then just pour that into silver instead. My favorite hedgehog. I mean, we got to do one more, I suppose. Kill enemies using a Mog. Sure, we'll try it. We'll try to get Mogged. I do wish I had this one. I kind of fuck with that skin. The bubble gum, I like it. Silver's your favorite hedgehog? No, I just wanted to flex that I knew him. You're so basic. No, honestly, okay. My favorite Sonic character, well, my favorite hedgehog. Honestly, I feel like Shadow's the most basic hedgehog, is it not? Like, Shadow fans, how do you know if someone's a really big fan of Shadow the Hedgehog? You don't have to wonder, they will tell you. But also, like, it's hard for me to hate Shadow fans because they are kind of chill, you know? They do love Shadow more than any other character in media, period. But they're also kind of chill about it, so, like, they have no ill will from me. That's just a guy who enjoys a hobby. I'd be remiss to be like, how could you? Damage up, summons lightning to strike nearby enemies, poison flash, projectile speed, or size up. Okay. Now I like that big dude Storm. Do you like Storm or Big the Cat? Because there's two different ones. The big fat purple one is Big the Cat. He's the one who talks in a way that I don't think he'd be allowed to talk in if he released today. Because he kind of... No. It is really funny, though. I do love Big the Cat, and like 95% of it is because of his voice. So, fair. I like him, too. I mean, Big the Cat's so chill. Anyone who loves... Dude, his best friend is Froggy. In fact, and this is going to be a controversial take because I know people hate these missions. In the Sonic Adventure games, the best missions were where you would go fishing as Big the Cat. Why? Because every time some, like, world-ending crisis-level event would be going on, dude, Big the cat is just sitting there, chilling out by the pool and fishing. That's so sick. I love that for him, man. All right, we're not going to get this guy. Yep, no XP for us. That's fine, that's fine. Just move on, move along. When all you got to keep is strong, move along just to make it through, you know? Speak to me. Anybody think of that one? What's y'all's favorite ranger? I'm kind of partial to like the Ford F-150 Ranger, but it doesn't have to be. I mean, Range Rovers are also kind of sick with it. Oh, we're talking about Power Rangers here. Got you. No, when I was a kid, I always liked I can't exactly remember the name of it because I haven't watched Power Rangers since I was a child. Which is not to say that I don't think that like there's merit to watching it as an adult. And you might say, like, you're pandering. No, it's because every time I see a clip of anybody who watches, like, the Super Sentai, which I'm under the impression is kind of, like, what Power Rangers was based off of and still goes to this day, it's always the most happy people in the world watching Super Sentai. So, like, I think there's a lot of merit to it because it just seems like it's a plus 30% joy in life buff. So... I definitely understand why people would want to watch it still. But I remember the one that I really liked as a kid was the Dino Force Rangers, I think. That was my goat. I won't lie, I looked up a list of Power Rangers and I do not recognize any of these. Damn, they had you watching discount Power Rangers as a kid. Fucked up. We're gonna be poisoned to death. That might be the first one to die to poison ever. That might be the first run that did that. That's awesome. All right, I'm gonna go be bathroom bound for a couple more hours again. Dude, that's the worst part about whatever I have. It's like primarily located within my stomach, which is leading to me sitting on the bathroom for like an hour out of the day. And I'm just kind of fucking over it. Why did I order Taco Bell today if I'm already having bathroom problems? You never heard of 2 negatives make a positive? You never heard of fighting fire with fire? Because honestly, my true take is like, if I do a full colon cleanse, I'll be healed. Probably. I don't know the science on that, but it's one of those things that it feels right, even if it is wrong. Like, what else feels right, even if it's wrong? Drinking and driving, bullying the homeless, what else we got? What else we got? Oh, I mean, this one's awesome. Walking out of a bank with a stack of cash next to the homeless and saying, sorry, I don't have any money on me. Otherwise, I'd donate. That one's like a plus 30 aura. I recommend doing that one. That's for sure. That's a good one. I mean, it's kind of like, dude, if you allow me to ramble just for probably like 20 minutes before I end stream. Aura farming on the homeless is so tough. I know. Buying them a cool new box from Home Depot so I can say I helped them today. But I saw this video of, it was some guy in Japan. Surprise, surprise. Honestly, I think that if you are a streamer who does IRL content, you owe Japan probably about 50% of your revenue, because every single IRL streamer, every single one of them always just goes to Japan, and that's all of their content is they're just walking around Japan. So I'm just, and also harassing locals. They do that a lot. So I think that like they should by law have to pay the government of Japan a little bit, because like the level of things they're doing in there, it's just. So anyways, and this guy, he was filming in Japan, right? He was on the subway just making a ton of noise. Classic, you know, it was obviously a subway. If you don't know, the kind of culture is, for the most part, when you're on the subway, you keep down your voice, right? And like, I know that should be the culture everywhere. I agree. It's definitely not the culture in the US. Go onto a subway and try to sleep. You're not going to, man. I despise our subways wholly. But anyways, so, he was just making a bunch of noise. This Japanese guy walks up to him, and just fucking punches him in the face for making all of the noise. Now, was the guy from Japan in the wrong? Yes, because you should not have resorted to physical violence because somebody was being annoying in public. Wait, you saw this? I saw a clip of it. I saw a clip of the IRL streamer. I wasn't like on the train where this happened. Do I blame the guy who punched him in the face at all? I also do not blame him even remotely. Because the working conditions in Japan are, like, atrocious, right? Like, I'm sure everybody knows it. The level of office work you do, I fully believe that if they just cut back on hours, they would actually be more productive. Because the number one issue, I think, is, like, you work 13 hours, you're going to be burned out the next day where you have to work 13 hours again, and you're just being less efficient than you were if you only had to work your 8 hours and then actually got to go to sleep. But whatever. I'm not here to deconstruct the entirety of a society. You got to imagine he's coming home on his subway after 14 hours of hardcore work at the office, being told he's never going to amount to anything. And then he's got this dude yapping insanely loud on the train while he's trying to sleep when it's already a social faux pas. And it's probably like the 30th IRL streamer he's seen doing this. I think that he was completely justified to beat the shit out of that dude, but I don't think it was right. With that said, I honestly think a law should be passed in Japan, where are other places that IRL streamers love to do a bunch of like tourism stuff, because I really do think Japan's the #1 hub of it. I never see IRL streamers harassing anybody nearly as much as in Japan. Again, I know it's because like there's an online thing, Japan, so it's like really easy to get extra clicks when you go there. But I do think Japan should pass a law where if somebody is IRL live streaming and you can see them on their phone, you're legally allowed to beat the fuck out of them. But only if they're annoying. You need to go to a council of your peers around you and be like, hey, can all 5 of us jump that guy? And if all 5 of them say yes, we count that as a citizen's arrest. And you're just allowed to beat the shit out of them. I think that should be allowed. Personally, I'm trying to think of other countries where people do IRL streams that consistently. Like, don't get me wrong, there's a couple who will do like a China tourism thing, Singapore tourism. There's a lot of Asian countries, actually, primarily Asian countries. Sorry, there's a lot of Asian countries. But Japan is definitely the #1 in terms of IRL streamers who like to grift off of going somewhere, isn't it? Yeah, I don't even think it's close. Because, like, how come no one's IRL streaming in Chad, huh? How come we're not getting any Bosnia IRL streams? Where are they at? Where's the Democratic Congo? Huh? How come we're not getting those streams, man? Plus, I actually think that would be more interesting because those are countries people don't get to see often covered. Seeing you walk through the Tokyo streets for like the 90th time while you talk very loudly in English, I don't know, doesn't it kind of start at some point to lose a little bit of luster? Like, we've been here and seen that. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure they're having a bunch of fun. But, like, why would I want to watch somebody else in Japan go to a restaurant and sit down and eat? Like, what? I guess, maybe it's just IRL streaming isn't for me. IRL stream from the US, give us a tour. That would go crazy. Wait. Dude, that's such a good idea. Okay, new stream idea. I go to my local mall and we treat it the way Japan Glazers treat Japan in their TikToks. And like, I put on the same exact background music and I'll be like, I will walk into like a Barnes and Noble and I'll be like, so many books in a language I don't understand. And then we walk up to the person who's checking us out and I'll be like, just these, please. And then I'll subtitle over it and be like, I was so surprised she spoke English. This was such a cool moment. And then we go out to the food court and I'll be like, so here they actually have all of these almost like stalls set up, and you can see all of the different food options that we have. It's so kawaii. That's actually such a gas stream idea. All right. Yeah. I'm gonna go run to the bathroom now. I will see you guys Thursday for a longer Silksong stream. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. I'll see you guys Thursday. Tomorrow I'm out. I'm painting for as long as I can. Thursday, I'm back on. Friday, I'm out. I'm visiting my parents. And then Saturday, Sunday, I think this weekend, because last weekend was a friend's birthday, so I didn't end up getting much done on the condo. So I think this weekend, I'm probably going to lock in, try to finish painting this weekend so I can order lights, flooring, and then I can start getting those set up. Once those are set up, all I have to do is order appliances and then move in. So it's getting pretty fucking close. I know it's a lot when I lay it out like that. Flooring is going to be a one-day thing, though, because I'm going with vinyl flooring. And my dad's a contractor, like I've said. He knows how to install it. And I even helped him install the vinyl flooring in our basement. So it's really easy. It snaps on. If you're not going for a special pattern with it, it's very easy. If you're going for like one of those ones where people put it diagonally for the vinyl, you're fucked in the head. But anyways, yeah, I will see you guys later. Peace.